Hey everybody, Bobby Moore here, and today I want to talk about a topic about belief or believing yourself. And are there things, what do you believe about yourself that you know that it's true, and you know in your head and your heart that it's there. And what are the things that you have doubts about? We all have things we believe in, and the things we have doubts about ourselves, particularly about ourselves, and that it's a big challenge for us. And I'll give you an example, and I'm going to talk about it in terms of a career. There's a great expression: whether you think you can or think you can, you're right. So I don't think I can do this job. You're right. I don't think that I'll ever find somebody. You're right. I don't think that if I network with that person, it's going to work out okay. You're right. But if you shift that and say, you know what, I think that if I talk to that person, it might turn into a great conversation. You may be right. I know that I can do a better job. You're right. So shifting that mind focus, I think, is really, really important for all of us in terms of what we're trying to do. So, what kind of beliefs do you have that propel you forward? And what kind of beliefs do you have that hold you back? And again, comment below. Let me know what you're thinking, because I'm curious about what you guys think about that. And the one I struggle with, there's two actually I struggle with. Actually, the first one I struggle with, and again, thanks for the hearts and love. I love that. The one I struggle with is the idea of my health and my weight. Right. So, a part of me believes that I can do it, and I can lose weight, and I can get healthy, and I can be super fit. Like some of these people I've seen transforming themselves before my very eyes. Even my friends, like Drew Dudley and Jamie Heinke and all these people that are transforming themselves. I'm so impressed and proud of them. That's so great. So I believe I can do it, but sometimes, during the darker times, I don't believe I'm doing it, or I believe that it's going to take me forever, or it just holds me back, and I struggle with that. That one's a big struggle, I think, on a daily basis. The other struggle, and I think this is what entrepreneurs feel, is the belief around the value you provide. For me personally, I know that, like, if I look at my stats on my resume, having worked in corporate for 8 years, and having 20 years professional experience, and having my MBA, and all the people I've impacted, and all the positive message I've gotten over the years, I would say, well, you know what, I deliver a lot of value, and I help a lot of people, absolutely. But then I still sometimes feel that I don't, or I struggle with that, or maybe I'm not as valuable as I think I am. And that happens all the time as an entrepreneur. And what's funny is that there's certain parts of being an entrepreneur that I'm absolutely certain, and I would never go back. Like, so for example, GMAT tutoring. I've been tutoring GMAT for 20 years. I have a GMAT book, and when someone says, Bobby, how much is it for a GMAT course for a weekend? I say very quickly, $1,500. How much do you charge for GMAT tutoring? $150 an hour. Like, I just say those because I've been doing it for a long time, and it's very established in my head that that's what the market will bear, and I know it. But then when they say, Bobby, how much do you charge for coaching? I pause. And because of that pause, there's a belief that is not firm, and so it's harder for me to get that type of that type of client, because I hesitate. I'm not sure, even though, and sometimes I'll just say, "Bleh, here it is," and people say, "Yeah, sure, that's good." So I think it's a big challenge. It's a big challenge for us. Pricing is one of the biggest struggles for every starting entrepreneur. I think it's one of the biggest things. So I think, I shouldn't say I think, I know that it's something we struggle with. So the moment you know your value, everyone will know your value. And, I see people who price themselves higher than I think they should. I see people price themselves lower than they think they should. I see people price themselves higher than, much higher than I do, and yet I think, you know what, I have more experience and more value than they're bringing. Not to put them down, but I think I have more experience. So why am I not doing this? I know people who have way more talent, and their prices are lower than me. I'm like, why are they doing that? So it's fascinating to watch that. I mean, if anyone here ever struggled with that, if you ever struggled with, positioning yourself or pricing yourself, or showcasing your value, whether it's in your career or business, because I'm curious how you deal with that. For me, in terms of how I deal with it, one of the things is just you have to create that value and really make yourself make sure that value is clear. Well, what is the value proposition your people are getting? What is the pain point you're solving? What is the bliss point you're taking people to? And if you do that, you'll probably you'll definitely create value around what you're doing. And one of the things that I'm learning is, even though I do a daily Facebook video and I'm out there and I'm on social media, I'm very prolific. Um, uh, yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, that's a good point. Let me see this. Hold on. Pricing is key. I mean, part of it's the value. Yeah, part of it's the value, right? The value proposition. Pricing is tough for a lot of people. But I think, I think for me, the trick that I'll tell you is, like, I'm always getting feedback from my audience, from my customers, my clients, and just getting them to tell me what works well, what they think makes sense. And then if a price is too high, I'll say, listen, what's the feedback on that? Why do you think that's too high? I'm curious. So getting the information, I think, can be really helpful. And then finally, letting go of the emotions when someone rejects your price, right? Just say, you know what, it's okay. It's not of value to you, that's fine. You have to, in your mindset, be willing to say, look, here's the offer. I really want to help you. Here's the price point, because this is how much my time and my consulting is worth. And if they don't want to take it, that's fine, and not dwell on it, and you have to find a way to let it go. So that's the whole idea. So the belief, and again, this belief thing also goes back to your health and your weight. Right now, I weighed myself. It's my weekly weigh-in for the Fit in My Life Biggest Winner Weight Loss Challenge, and I've lost another pound or two. And what I find is, just even losing a couple pounds creates a belief that, you know what, okay, I can do this. And in a bad week where I gain a pound, it's like, oh, you know what? Like, I can't believe I'm in this contest and I've already gained a pound. I start to lose the belief that I can do it. So, beliefs are a very powerful thing in terms of how they drive you and how they motivate you. So, hope you found this useful. I'll try to post every day on here to share my thoughts, and I'll take any questions you have on this topic or any future topics. You have any question you want me to answer, I will totally do that. It's the one way I can make myself accessible to you and help you guys out on whatever path you're going on. So, wish you guys all the best. Have an amazing day.